Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's staying safe out there. The whole world's sort of going through a situation right now. I hope you and your families are doing good. On that note, Karen and I have been getting a lot done. I haven't been able to work like I normally would, but I had to reshoot the beginning of this video just because the lighting, you'll see it. There's a lot of flare due to the light needed to be softened. But anyway, moving on from that, it's here. It's finally here. The Knightmare Batman half scale. You've all seen by Prime 1. Everyone had been asking me if I was actually going to get it. And the story is I'm so late to it because I had it on order through Sideshow. Immediately, the second it went up for pre-order, I pre-ordered it. It was releasing around the same time as a few other things, so I had thrown it onto a payment system, which I gotta say, Sideshow's website, its user interface, whatever, it's extremely customer oriented, and I think they're the best with handling pre-orders and allowing you basically total freedom to customize them and work out payments and everything, especially with what's going on in the world right now. I've noticed you can almost postpone anything you've got going if it's on payments. Even things you had postponed, you're able to postpone it again, it seems like. But I mean, once you've postponed it the maximum amount of times. But my Batman got lost in the mail. I waited for him for 2 months. He was shipped November 3rd or 1st, right around the beginning of November. And I basically had to wait the whole month of November. I had to wait the whole month of December. I was in contact with their customer service the whole time. I understand Christmas time is a very busy time for for UPS, but package was lost, both boxes, huge boxes. So once I got my refund, oh yeah, because the piece sold out on Sideshow. Ever since this all went down, I noticed he was back in extremely low stock on Sideshow. Either they found mine, or they've been getting a couple pieces, newer pieces with Prime 1. They have a couple of the 1/5 Arkham statues. They've gotten a couple other ones. But as soon as I got my refund, I jumped over to Prime 1 Studios, ordered him on there, did the economy shipping, and they weren't lying. It takes like 1 to 3 months. It took about 2.5 months until it hit in America, and then when I received it, it was in a Sideshow box. So I do not know. Anyway, he's actually here. I think Knightmare Batman is one of the coolest outfits we've ever seen with Batman. I mean, we always see different bat suits and everything, but this was like, it was creative. It was awesome. He's wearing the normal bat suit with the pants and the trench coat over. I don't know if everyone seen that the 4-year anniversary of BVS just happened, and we got to watch Zack Snyder commentate on the whole movie. I really enjoyed it. He didn't elaborate on things like I wanted him to. I enjoyed the whole thing. I got no complaints. I just wish he would have went a little deeper into a lot of it, but it was fun. It was awesome to get to watch the movie with him in a weird way. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's dive right in. Excuse the weird lighting for the opening at the beginning. I got it fixed midway through when I noticed the camera on the phone was reacting the way it was. So at the very end, the lighting is really good and you can really see this piece in all of its glory. But let's go ahead and get that going. Not miss out on this piece. So let's go ahead. Let's dive into this. So this piece is so exceptionally important to me. I want to get these instructions out because BVS is absolutely one of my favorite movies. At the time, there was a madness going on for BVS that was unrivaled by anything I've ever seen. And it was incredible. So, we're going to have all of our parts in one. So I'm assuming the little one's going to be our base. Yeah. He comes as one whole piece, just like the other one did. And we could see how we're going to put them together. It's going to be cool. Let's get on into this. So I remember at the time when the BVS trailer first ever dropped. And man, was that trailer exciting. That was a trailer that literally broke the internet at the time. Everyone was watching it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And then the movie came out. And Karen and I went to go see it 3 or 4 times. We even took my parents, all kinds of stuff. That's when Karen and I had first started hanging out, to be honest. It's right around the time we first met. I remember she came walking up to my place carrying the large Jax figure Ben Affleck Batman, and she brought that the night we went to go see it. It was awesome. But I've always thought that BVS, as awesome as the movie is, I think it hit at the wrong time. I don't think people were ready for it. I think if it had been a couple years sooner, it would have been perfect, or a couple years later, now that all the craziness has died down with how the movie industry's been going. I think the movie would have been more understood if it had happened either before or after when it did. I mean, obviously, it had to be a product of its time right then and there. But when Marvel started introducing all these lighthearted movies, all these little quips between every little scene of action and everything, kind of programmed a whole generation of moviegoers who were never really nerds before. Mm-hmm. They never really cared about comics. They never cared about much of anything like that. Movies to them are just a good time. So after it had done that for, decades, because if you go back to the Nolan Batmans, I mean, no one was ever complaining that the movie was too serious or it wasn't funny. And I know people have some really different issues about this movie, as, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I don't think a lot of people were ready for how the movie was going to be. It was perfect. It was serious. It was dark. It was grimy. It was everything I wanted to see. I could not have been happier when I left that movie theater. And then it was very disheartening, I guess, to watch everyone dump all over this awesome movie of my favorite character and characters. I mean, Zack Snyder, his Henry Cavill became his Henry Cavill as Superman became my Superman. I loved Superman after that. Before, I was never really into him. I'd bypass him all the time, but after Man of Steel, which I still think is one of the best superhero movies of this era. Some people say it's one of the best origin stories. I think it's just one of the best superhero movies. And that's not even my favorite character. So, just like the other ones, we got our bat, and we got our BVS symbol, and we got our base with all these little 3M protector pieces on them. We got these little felt pieces, so nothing grinded during shipping. Let's go ahead and take a look. Here's our bottom, number 181 of 500. Fear the Batman. How cool. Really dig that. Alright. Base is huge, but the turntable is going to work just perfect for it. All of our other half scales, I never had this turntable, so we were never able to really turn them around. The first Batman, oh man, well that's a little scary. The tape had slipped on this box a little bit, allowing there to be a slight gap. With each other. All right. Wow. How cool. So the very first, or actually I never made a video of it, but the first half scale we ever got was the half scale Batman, the normal one, the BBS. And that's kind of exactly what this reminds me of. His suit is a suit again. Let's go ahead and get him standing. Very cool. You can see how the fabric's moving. It's almost exactly the same pose-ish, just tilted differently up top as the first one. So I'm assuming with these pants, it'll be up to us to fold them down and hide his suit that's showing. But we'll get all that done here in a second. Oh, all right. Now he kind of can be moved on here. He doesn't have like an exact locking trigger, but I guess that's okay. You can kind of shape him which way you want it to. Look at all those silicone packets. Alright. I'm not always one for instructions, but I like to see what they want us to do first with a piece like this. So I'm imagining it's probably the stock of the gun or the barrel. Alright. The goggles. Our gun itself. This has to be our belt. Because this would be our leg. Oh no. This is it? Alright. So, I take it we don't feed it through his belt loops. They're not big enough. We're going to Velcro that. It's the suit all the way down too. It's crazy that it didn't just cut off and then feed into like a part. Alright, this is going to come through here. These are actually metal. Come on. I think we're catching some fabric in between there. Here we are. Alright, let's make sure. They definitely make it seem like there's a lot more room in the picture. So let's take a look at our pants. Pants definitely can come right down to the boot. The thing is on the other half scale, our boots are separate. So if you ever disassemble them, you gotta be careful that your boots don't fall off, because we went through that drama once before. with there being a suit underneath these pants, it's making this kind of difficult. I guess too, our pants might be riding a little high. Because right there is about the spot where his suit cuts off. Alright. Let's go ahead. I can't believe these are like metal clips. It's really nice. It makes them real cool. Okay, keep the fabric out of there. That's one solid piece. Alright. Now they want us to put our belt over it. You can see it's a leather belt with all of our pouches. They definitely added more pouches this time around. I had seen where people had moved the pouch grouping on their half scale. I had never gathered the courage to do it because I didn't want to ruin them at the time, but I think now if I was to mess with it, I could probably, because these should be over a little more and everything should be grouped up a little more in front. Dig in the bullet spots, just like in the Knightmare scene. I've always thought the Knightmare scene was one of the coolest scenes in BVS other than the warehouse fight scene. I thought it was awesome. Alright, so number 5 and 6. Oh, let's get this beautiful man out of here. It's our Ben Affleck. Stubble, little cheek mole. One thing I've always thought was cool is his eyes are uneven. Just like how Ben Affleck's eyes actually are. When you start doing cosplay and stuff, you notice features on yourself just like that, and it makes you wonder, oh man, am I the only guy with his eyes so uneven? Then, nope. Because I had always looked at the cowl and kind of wondered at their process of making it. Because a lot of the 3D models you'll see out there, the eyes that people make on their cowls are so even. So with this, we're just going to be tying it behind him. I'm sure one pull would hold it. Double it up. Our coat will also be going over that. Maybe I put it on upside down or backwards or something. I don't know, we'll find out. That looks about like that in the picture. But I know you can put it up over his face, but I guess that would require you taking it off to put it back on. Alright. Here's our weathered up coat. Little fun fact. Alright, you gotta do this other one first and pull as much slack over as you can. to get those seam lines right up there on the shoulders where they need to be. Right arm. Oh, it is. So our right arm has the handle of the gun in it. Finger off the trigger, proper gun safety. Cool straps wrapped around. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, his coat slightly tucks into his gauntlets. Ah, there we go. Wow, that magnet is strong, but that looks absolutely awesome. All right, next, it wants to do the gun. Take a look at this bad boy. Got our Joker card right there. I always have thought that Hot Toys did an absolutely excellent job on their Knightmare Batman. When BVS was coming out, I was prepared to how much money I was going to have to spend on the characters. You know what, though? Our strap is all tangled. Let's see if we can do something about that. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the ass to get back through there. Alright. But I always thought Hot Toys did such a superb job on their Knightmare Batman. And he became such a heavy seller, like he was hard to find. We're going to tighten this all the way once we get it on him. We want it to be just the right amount. Oh, we definitely doing that wrong. Let's see. All right, got that piece in. I'm just going to do it like this. All right. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, let's take a look here. And look our oh, it's just magnetic. Be careful not to bump that. That's going to come right off. But maybe that's a good thing, too. Oh, you know one thing that we skipped. It is kind of like a softer material in there, but we got our goggles. We'll dusted up goggles. How awesome. All right, so now we get some interaction between our binoculars with this really cool leather strap. So we could do a couple things. Could have him wear them, But that's not what we're going to do, I don't think. We're going to add them into this hand. Because that's exactly where they're supposed to go. Alright. You know, it'd be nice to have like a little rubber band.
You have some. You need one?
No, I think we might get away with.
Because we have some black ones.
If this don't work, we'll go to that plan. But I'm thinking. There we go, and then we'll just kind of fan it out.
Is it magnetic?
Yeah. Magnets into his hand. Not like the strongest magnet you've ever seen, though.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, though. That is him completely up. He's up on this turntable, so you want to be, oh, I guess it does hold it there. Alright, so I got his coat put behind his holster now. It allows us to show off a little more what's going on. You can see his pants, you can see his boots better. It just opens up the whole front. Hope he looks a little better now, because I had noticed on the footage that everything looked a little hazy. It's from the lighting. I don't know why it does it with certain videos and why certain ones don't. I know it has to do with the whites in here and everything, but I think we fixed the problem. So I wanted to give you a good look at him without those lights blaring on him and messing it up and making everything look kind of hazy. Karen pointed out that the scene in the movie is very hazy, so it should go together, but you can see his coat, really nice and weathered all the way down. One of our straps is missing. That's cool. All these little holes worn into it at the bottom. Strap that lines his back. We got his little bandana knot up here. As we come around, you can see his pistol. Again, it's all just one piece right through here. We got his gun. I really dig the Joker card on it. And I really dig these bands they put around his gauntlets. I know this is just all the original character design, but I mean, Prime 1 really captured it when they went for this one. I dig that he's holding his binoculars. It gives that hand something to do. Keeps them pinned up against him, which is nice. You don't have to worry too much about where they're going to go. And all together, I have noticed his cowl is a bit shiny. I'm not sure if that's just because the lights that are being blared onto him, but we'll see. I mean, it's definitely not a flat paint, but I also believe the other one, maybe it was a little flatter than this one. Yeah, this one does look like they definitely used like a gloss coating, maybe a repaint.
Maybe a gloss paint.
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe we repaint them eventually. It'd be scary, but, well, take the weather pattern on it. Help for future reference. Well, everyone, I hope you really enjoyed this. I mean, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it. He is awesome. He is killer. I've always thought that the Knightmare scene in the Batman, or in BVS, was incredible. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was innovative. I thought it was a really cool thing to do with the character. I mean, this suit, this costume design is probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, to be honest. I really like the warehouse fight scene, but I love this scene. I love what this movie could have been. It could have been a movie all to its own. It sounds like it would have been in some form or another if we ever get the Snyder cut. Well, I mean, we'll never get part 2 where this would have probably been a thing. But I am a firm believer that we will eventually see the Snyder cut. I really do think that's going to happen. But at least we'll always have BVS, and we'll always have Man of Steel, and we'll always have the best Batman to ever grace the screen, in my personal opinion, Ben Affleck. I absolutely love him. I know we got The Batman coming up. I wasn't stoked on Robert Pattinson being cast as him, but then I got over that and I got stoked for it again. And then they dropped his suit design, and then I got super unstoked again with that cowl. I've started to get used to it. The car is cool. I get it. We're in a second year Batman right now. He's got a lot of room to grow and breathe, but I don't know. Just doesn't feel the same as when that BVS Fury was hitting. I mean, BVS was huge. The promotion for it was huge. That trailer for it was huge. We haven't seen a Robert Pattinson trailer, so I mean, sky's the limit right now. Anything could happen. But, alright everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about BVS. Let me know if you thought it came too early, too late, or if it was perfect. I'm on that believer list that BVS is a masterpiece. I enjoy it. People will argue anything with you, but I mean, everyone's got their own favorite movies, so I really don't care, and you'll never persuade me otherwise. Why would you ever try to make someone stop liking something they like? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Find me over on Instagram. It's Jesse_Rebirth. I'm going to be posting some cool things over there here soon. Been extremely busy on them. And everyone in the comments, if you leave me a comment, I always get back to you. I get a little behind just because of my busy schedule, but I'll get back around to you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a like, leave me a sub, leave me a comment, and most of all, keep buying toys.